So this piece was inspired by chapter 11 of Luke. And I realised I probably should have been a bit more specific because it's a fairly long chapter. I was interested in this bit about the Lord's Prayer, particularly thinking about whether or not heaven is referring specifically to the sky. Astrological references, also the sky goddess, and also this reference to the daily bread being bread and tea, which symbolism of the feminine in some way. And then Sin, which was a Babylonian god of the moon, worshipped for fertility and wisdom, keeper of cattle and dairy crops. Then there was also this bit about casting out demons. So basically, I just couldn't pick which part. The Queen of the South shall rise up. I don't know if that's this one on the left-hand side. I was thinking that could be a female figure because she looks like she's got a family with her. The main imagery is of a dragon leaning back with his arms back over a kind of oval portal shape, and with this figurehead also on it at the front. And I saw something about a figurehead the other day being associated with the goddess Athena, I think it was. So let's just zoom in on that. So there's that figurehead, the dragon above it, and then in this little window to the left is another little new pink hair. I think there's a water pot on her head, maybe. And behind this sort of female figure at the front, there's sort of like a reclining bird, arms outstretched. So just close up at the back of that female. It's just got a snake hanging off the back of her head, obviously. Why wouldn't you? And she looks like she's stepping off something that looks a bit like a snake or a boat or a spoon. To the right of her, there's like two heads, feathers on, and then like a wing outstretched. A couple of other birds. So within the top part of this, sort of like, I guess, the bread bun part symbol of this oval, there's some symbols in there. No idea what they mean. One looks like a fish. I don't know what the right one looks like. In the pink part, it looks like people. There's this bird at the bottom that's kind of stayed behind on the boat. And to the right of that, a much bigger bird sort of looking up towards the sky. There's a bit that sounds like it's referring to astrology in the text. I feel like if he asked for an egg, would you give him a scorpion? I wondered if that related to Scorpio. The bit before refers to a fish, so is that Pisces? It certainly seems to be referring to something much more occult. Previous text. I know I'm going to burn in hell for saying that. It's interesting that figure's all red, associated with fire and hell. Because there's a question in the text about who Jesus is invoking to banish the demon. Beelzebub, Satan, or God. He doesn't go into much detail about what the difference between those things are, if there's any difference at all. Anyway, it's a nice image. There's this main bit where that looks like an oval, also looks a bit like a face, with the outstretched wing being the mouth. Sorry for waffling on. That'll be my last video for today. Thanks for listening, and please like and subscribe.